What is going on, guys? Since my last analysis video went okay-ish, I thought I'd do another. Yeah, another. And what better time than Avengers 2's news trailers? New trailer. Okay, so let's get into this. This is obviously the location of Hydra's base, which we get a better look at right here. This is where the Hydra boss, Baron von Strucker, I think that's how you say it. Who cares anyway? Moving on, here we see Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver standing behind what it looks like Ultron, who is sitting in a high-up chair with a blanket over him. What a dickhead. Next we see the city in Africa where the Avengers travel to. Next we see some old footage. There's a bit of this. Here we go. Here we see Ultron put a part of his head on and pull a cord out of him, saying, "I will take hope from them first." Another dickhead move from Ultron. He's probably getting ready to kill some meddling Avengers. Am I right? Probably. More odd footage. Here we go. A huge building crumbling. Maybe a fight between some Ultron bots or Ultron himself, or Hulk and the Hulkbuster. Here we get a good look at the Avengers Tower. We've got a brief look at this in Winter Soldier. Moving on. Here we see Iron Man taking his armor off, or this could be Ultron putting himself together. I don't know, but if it is Iron Man, he's taking his armor off, I believe, to go walk into this lab and meet Mr. Bruce Banner, the Hulk. Here we see Ultron's minions coming from under the road for some reason and then flying down, probably to attack Thor or some other Avenger. We'll never know, apart from when it comes out. Here we see Cap trying to save these civilians and he fails, which is going to have a massive impact on himself, which will probably lead in Captain America Civil War. Probably. Okay, here we see the romance blossom between Bruce Banner and Black Widow, which should be interesting. Moving on, more odd footage. Here we see a great and maybe final look of the original Avengers team, as we're getting 3 new additions to the team at the end of the movie. Here we go. Here is a really interesting part, because the first thing I thought when I saw this was Wolverine, but he's off gallivanting around Fox because he's a dickhead. So I thought Ulysses Claw, but I've also, if you look closer, you may be able to see Hawkeye's bow, so either it's Hawkeye or Ulysses Claw. Anyway, moving on. Yes, about Ulysses Claw, we've seen him in the last 2 trailers, so it could be him. I doubt it, but you never know. Okay, moving on. Here we see Stark holding Loki's staff, and here is the Avengers and Invisible Hawkeye, obviously, because Hawkeye's not there. To me, I think it's exciting to think how Spider-Man is going to look in this universe. When you look at this team, next we see Thor, Iron Man and Cap ready to fight Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, which we see more of later. Here's new armor. Here's old Ultron. Here we see Cap saying that he hasn't got any plans, because, you know, he was a Cap skull at one point. Yeah, moving on. You already knew that. Next we see Ultron versus Cap, and Cap throws his shield at Ultron, but Ultron's like, "Bait it, Cap, I'm busy." And then Scarlet Witch here is having to pick up Cap's shield as Ultron takes it and throws it off the truck. Here we have the Hulkbuster versus Hulk, which is just going to look amazing. This is going to be one of the best parts of the film, in my opinion. Hopefully. Okay. So before we saw the Hulk having red eyes, we now know that it was Scarlet Witch, as here we see her mind controlling the Black Widow. Black Widow and Hawkeye now have one more thing in common. Moving on. Here we see Cap getting a punch to the face by Quicksilver, and next we see him clinging on for dear life onto this car. Jeez, he's having a good day. Here we see Ultron flying at the Avengers, most likely. Moving on, we now have Thor saying, "Is that the best you can do?" And then of course Ultron sniggers and Cap is like, "You had to ask," as in a few moments we see hundreds of Ultron bots pile through the team, and the Avengers must use their full force to fight back, as we see the Hulk tear through a few. Now, here's the most exciting bit of the trailer. we get our first official look at Vision. He looks absolutely fantastic, but as you can see, the yellow lights on his forehead looks to be the soul gem, as Vision would have a soul. It would be good if he had a soul. But it also leads into the Avengers Infinity War, as obviously Vision would lose that soul gem to Thanos. Not Thanos. That is my bad. Okay. So yeah, analysis done. Let me know if I've missed anything in the comments below. New videos up every Thursday, Friday, and more before or after. Maybe. See you all next time. Peace.